Hello and welcome to today's video, and it's one of those amazing ones where everyone's asking about account reviews, questions, and just topics about Call of Dragons. I just want a little bit of advice and obviously asking for my opinion, right? So let's go into today's Discord's account review and questions on the MrSneakyy community Discord. Hello everyone, yes, smash like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos. And if you check out my description below, honestly there is a community Discord link, so if you're not a member you can join in. There is channels and roles and stuff, and there are loads of different areas you can go and check out, but the one we're looking at is in the Call of Dragons category, and it's in the little account reviews area, right? And we do post this in announcements every so often, so if you want me to do anything like this for you, you know, you can post it in here. So basically we've got a couple of questions, as you can see, and a really nice, you can see, plethora of images for one of them, as well as even more, right? So we've got all of this to go through today, and it's going to be a really fun one, I think, because the first one's a nice and easy one, and it's really relevant to right now, because a lot of players are going into the end of season, or they're just, you know, in the new season, and it's, you know, they're determining what do they want, right? So when we look at this, it goes, do you think it's a good idea as a free-to-play? Do I get super follow-up for this pet instead of the 500 treaties? So he's looking at this Sapphire Phaedric, and obviously looking at super follow-up 3 stars, right? So if we're wondering what that looks like in-game, that's pretty easy. We can just drop into our main game here. And basically what he's looking at is super follow-up. So it's a 20% trigger chance on follow-up. And I actually really do like this skill. I think this is a really powerful skill on the right pets, right? So if you really wanted to do it on your Sapphire Phaedric, you could for a more skill damage oriented build. However, I actually think if you did pick this, it's better suited for someone that's going to be on the, you know, the old regeneration side, right? Because if we go into my main pets and then look at the captive boy, the Shadow Phaedric, right? If you catch a good Shadow Phaedric, you're gonna have Shadow Hunter, and the thing is, having a 20% chance to keep this up again, so you have 2 seconds and another 2 seconds. It's really good to have a 6.2.5% damage bonus onto those targets, right? It's increasing your March's actual damage, which is very powerful in this game. So I would recommend, if you're going to take super follow-up, to put it on more of a Shadow Hunter. If you really don't have one, as you can see you don't, maybe not grab it. You could obviously go for it if you want for the Sapphire Phaedric. I personally don't have it on mine. I just run follow-up and the crit just to make sure I'm doing the most damage. And these 2 slots here will be just crit-based skills, right? So that's how I would be running my pets and stuff when it comes into this question, right? So if you are close, or if you are struggling as well to get your Rally Beacon treaties, honestly, go for it, because you will see that I've actually upgraded my beacon to 24 now. So I'm on the last stretch, guys. I just got to go to 20. I need to get 5,000 treaties, boys, and then we're done. And that is all of the Rally Beacon completed, and my Watchtower is already halfway through this season, right? And that'll be completed too. So you can see why the 500 treaties, even at a lower cost, is really, you know, lucrative, because that's 5,000 gems you're saving too, right? So I think you could go for either or. If you really want to push for T5 quicker, I'd actually just focus on the treaties and try and just get T5 done. Once T5's done, you can actually work on other things on your account, right? Your heroes, your pets, like you can do all of that stuff afterwards, right? Because you've done the hard part, you've got T5. And I think that's the one thing I've realized when it comes into, obviously, when I'm pushing myself, right? So when we're coming down into the bottom next question here, I don't know why it's not showing. I think it's because I'm streaming, so I do apologize. Hey guys, I am a 34 million free-to-play power, and I'm just seeking advice on which heroes to invest in and pair together. I've watched Video Sneak and I've learned a lot. I'm just trying to fine-tune my account. I have a pack, blah, blah, blah. So that's good. Actually, we know what we want looking at, right? So you want us to know what pairings to go for, because we can see here he's got 2.5 million troops, which is really nice. He's basically got 500,000 archers and mages, and then he's rocking over 800,000, or if you want to say nearly 900,000 cav, right? Because he's spring wardens, and the beautiful thing with it, even if you run out of elk riders, you can still use ground units with forest eagles. We've seen people do it, right? So it's really nice. He's going for this more cav based route. Okay, so let's look at his account, right? And this is what I really want to do. If you guys want me to do this for you, do it in this exact same format. This guy has done it perfectly for me, and I can see everything that I need, right? So we've got some decent looking artifacts in the early game, right? We've got Shadow Blades, he's definitely smashed out. He's got his tier, he's got the Dragon Rift, which is okay. But then when it comes to the cavalry stuff, we've got the Centaur's bow, and we've got, it looks like, just the magic bomb. So those are the main artifacts we've got, right? So we are kind of limited on that aspect, right? Which isn't obviously not bad at all. It's not good either, right? It's kind of in the middle. But I think you recognize that yourself, right? And you could obviously get more artifacts later down the line, which is kind of the better thing, right? So when we go into your heroes now, so let's go into the heroes. Our first hero is going to be Valen. We can see Valen while there. We can see all the heroes here, but we do get to actually, you know, see each individual one. So we've got 52111 on our Valen. We have 5141 on our Kanara, which is really nice, to be fair, because that means she's got all the attack at the moment. 5141 again, really good on the Nico rolls, must admit. Nice little baseline Madeline 5111 with the Garwood. Okay, we're cooking. We got the Forendell 5111. Fears 5231, which isn't actually too bad for a very free-to-play player, right? Having that hero. He's even got 5222 on the Freyga. And then we come back, right? Oh, and we've got more pictures here. So then we've got Bertrand at 5111. We have also Skogel unlocked, but we haven't got her, right? So maybe we're going to chill for that. Bakshi 52111. And then Emrys 521111. Right, okay, so we know what we're cooking now, right? We've got a really good idea of what heroes he's got leveled up at a decent, you know, just basic level, which is what we need to see, right? So what I would do straight away, I'm not going to lie, I would actually pair this Kanara with your Freyga and run Kanara Freyga. I think this is actually a really popular match for free-to-play players. And what you could do then with your Nico is actually, if you really wanted to, depending on what season you're in, if you notice a load of fighting is going to be happening, and you know the fighting you've been doing is in those like choke points, which they're most likely going to be at as well in the next season, depending again which season you're in, Craig will be a perfect choice, boys. Like, if you went Nico, Craig, Kanara, Freyga, that's 2 archer matches, you're sorted. You don't need to do anything else. And you could even, if you really wanted to, go for a Nico Gwan win. People like that match still. It's an OG match. I still think, you know what, if you're an OG player, why not go for it? So you could go for any of those like little quick pairings on the archer side. And then what's beautiful is, I think you would be running your Valen and Wild Deer together, which you all already have, right? And that's kind of like your free ranged marches. And I think that's all you would need then. So then, depending on what you want, if you're going to merit trade, you're definitely going to rock the Madeline and Gawa. This is going to be your go-to infantry pairing that you know you're going to be running all season. That's why you're already rocking it. And I actually do like how you've got Fear and Forendil. I would obviously use Fear, Forendil, and I would use your Emrys and Bakshi, because you've got so much Cav, and if you really want to try and use Cav, you can obviously try and be that player that farm kills. That's the one what you can be doing. Or you can use the flying troops to go over, you know, like mountains and stuff like that, so you can try and cut the reinforcements. It's a very hard job, I will say, and it's a very unique play style, right? So it's not for the faint-hearted, I will admit. But we do also own this Skogel, right? And the thing is with the Skogel is, we could, in theory, go to like a 5-5-1-1 Skogel. And if you went Madeline Skogel, you'd have like a really aggressive march, right? So you could even do that too. So I do like that. But when it comes to the actual PvP, let's be a bit more realistic, right? So in PvP, what I would do, if I was only you, personally, I would be running Kanara Frega, Nico Craig. Then I would be running my Valen with my Waldia or Waldia Valen, depending on which way you want to rock it. And then you've got this Fear still. And the cool thing is you've got Bertrand at 5111. So you could run Fear Bertrand, or if you've got an Atheist, that's 5555. Run Bertrand Atheist, and that's 4 ranged marchers, 2 archers, and 2 mages. And I think that's a really easy thing to manage, right? Because you could run all 4 if you wanted to, and if it's too much and you find that, oh, you know, I need to heal too often, or it's too hard to deal with in a short span, you could just run 2 mages, right? Or the 2 archers alone, and slow it down, and then swap to the other unit, right? So you could do even that, right? So I do think that would probably be the best choice for you, in my opinion, with what you've got, right? So I hope you guys have been enjoying it. And again, if you guys want me to do this to your account, all you gotta do, smash that little like button and go into the description below and join the Discord, right? And in the Discord, you will find a Call of Dragons guide category, and in there will be the Call of Dragons forum and the account reviews section, right? Any questions you want to ask, just put them in there, right? Nice and simple. So let's get into the last couple of questions we've got here. We've got Willix and Forex here. So Forex, a free-to-play player as well. And my main troops, he says, are mages. He's got over 715,000 Celestials and 715,000 Vestals. So I'm guessing he's only been training those 2, which, do you know what? Good job, bro. Good job. You'll be fighting for years with that, which I love, right? But he does have currently 3 mage marches. And this is the one thing I must raise an eyebrow. Because he goes, I am free to play. But he has a Lilia 5111. So if you have a Lilia at 5111, you're not a free to play player. Unfortunately, you have made the purchase in order to have a Lilia, right? So you don't have this, right? So going back into your normal account now, right? We do have Lilia Fear with Infernal Flame. You have Waldia, Valen, Bertrand, and Tohar. Right, which is nice. For flight missions, you swap Tohar with Atheist. I like that. Now I was able to awaken Indis, and I was wondering if I should use her instead of one of the heroes I'm currently using. So one thing I would say, if you want to do that, is actually a really good one, right? Because I've done a video on this, and even Guns himself is trying to put Indis in his march, because he actually starts to recognize how powerful that, you know, 20% infirm trigger is. Especially when you've got her awakened now, you're gonna get that 3 seconds plus all the counter attack damage reduction by 50% and HP stats. Is just actually beautiful. So what you can actually probably do is whack your Indis instead of the Fear. Because the thing is, the Fear with Lilia normally is one of the best matches in the game for a murder ball, or like a 5-match murder ball, because your Fear is awakened. And because that Fear is awakened, you're going to be able to put that shield onto your Bertrand or maybe your Valen March, and obviously they're going to get that 15% hero skill damage as well as your Lilia, right? So you're gaining some stats for multiple marches. That's why it's such a powerful march, right? But Indis is doing the same thing, but as an AoE on the target, and it's 20%, and all of your marches are benefiting from this, right? So you could obviously switch out this Fear for your Indis, and you're perfectly fine. You don't need to do anything then. And then what you could do, because you have so many mage marches, you have Fear, and as you said, you've got Atheist. So in theory, you could be a crazy guy and rock a 4th mage march, which is Fear Atheist. And everyone knows Fear Atheist is a really good march, right? So it's really cool that you have that, and I like to, you know, put my input, and I hope I've answered your question there and given you a little bit more, you know, advice on there when it comes to the Indis going into this little roster, and technically adding that 4th March opening for you, right? Which is really, really cool. So let's go into the final question we've got here, right? The final one. And I'm kind of hiding the little bit here, but we will pull this up so you guys can see it. There we go. So Willix is asking, so I use one Vestal Mage and one Celestial Mage. I use Magic Bomb for my Vestals, and the Magic Bomb is on Lilia. I don't have another damage dealing mage artifact since I don't have Phoenix Eye. What do you think I should use for my Celestial Mage, which is Atheist? So this is a nice artifact question, right? So you can see this is what we're running right now. We've got, obviously, just the one, like he said. We've only got the one we can play with. But then when we look at all these other artifacts that we've got, let's have a look. We've got the healing one, which we could use. It wouldn't be too bad on us, to be fair. But I wonder if he just has the March speed one. He does. Maybe running a March speed one would be a really good call. Because the thing is, with the March speed artifact, if we jump into the game side of things, right, what we can do is, you know, explain why this blue artifact might be more, you know, beneficial to your March than you think. Because a lot of people really underestimate how powerful March speed is. And if you're able to just give your units 3 Legion HP, which is great, a really great start, but you give yourself, obviously, a Legion March speed on a 45-second cooldown. That's a very quick cooldown without any rage cost, right? And you and your friendly mages or allies, if you're getting swarmed, you can press this as a panic button and basically get everyone out of that situation, right? You can get 9 players across that bridge and get into safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're able to do that, and when you've crossed that bridge, obviously you're going to lose the March speed after, which you guys know, but that won't matter because you're standing technically kind of still anyway in those murder balls, in your banana shapes, you name it, and you're fighting, right? So this is actually could be something you would use, right? But if you noticed a lot more, let's just say, you want a little bit more damage, why not just run Emerice, right? This is just 600 damage, and you're putting a freeze onto the target, which is very powerful, because again, you might not have the Awakened Valen, but you got to remember, everyone else around you has Valens, and if their Valen is awakened, and they're targeting that same March, and when they go through all of their skill checks, and that skill 5 Awakening sees that match is frozen because if you're Everise, they are going to get that 400 damage factor, which is a really nice synergy. So you're technically helping while they're like an okay, I wouldn't say it's a massive damage, right? It's not massive, but it's okay damage. So I would obviously suggest using one of these 2 artifacts, and then once you've got to a position where maybe you've got your Magic Bomb, maybe even Freezing Ring too, if you're getting targeted a lot and you're really not having a good time, that could be something. But you really do want to try and get some more artifacts as soon as possible, right? Even a song, this Springbird Feather, it's so fast for your March. The utility for it would be great. You need Tear of Arbon would be great. A Phoenix Eye could be great. And even if you go into the, newer artifacts in the game from the Forge of Light, you could even get Lakeside Rhapsody, right? Rhapsody, should I say. And Rhapsody could give you a nice bit of damage again, and whenever you're inflicting this, you're dealing a little bit more damage because of the Scorch, Freeze, and Snares from your mages. So this is a really good choice as well if you're looking for a future artifact to help you, right? But out of the ones you've got, when we go back into, obviously, your main question and go into your screenshot, it's all about, I can see, you've got the Freezing Ring, but that's really good for infantry too. But I think you should be using this Everise or this, March speed until you get an actually good artifact, right? Because if we look at these, we'd have no good artifacts that you can use on your second Mage March, right? Which is very, not great, right? It's just a sad moment, let's be honest. It's just sad. But we can hope, right, that you're going to get some artifact keys in the future, right? And you got to remember, guys, one thing, if you're struggling to get artifacts, but you have a ton of like stuff, remember, try scrapping, right? Just scrap some bits that you literally don't need and just save that scrap over time, get some artifact keys, and just keep rolling. That's the best strategy I can say to you when it comes to that, right? So that's it, guys. This has been, as you can imagine, the account reviews. And again, if you want to be a part of any of this, all you've got to do is come to the Call of Dragons Discord community server of mine, right? MrSneakyy at the very top. And all you've got to do is go into this Call of Dragons tab here, and you can see it just says Call of Dragons, and then account reviews is at the top. It's got 62 comments, so you can tell which one it is. And just, you can just post anything, guys. Post anything about the game that you need to ask about, you know, about your own account, or just something that you know, needing to know. Put it in here, and I'm happy to answer it and put it onto one of these videos and help hopefully other players in similar situations as yourselves in the future. So with all of that, you know what to do. Smash like, comment, and subscribe. My name is MrSneakyy. Today's been an amazing day, and with all of that, stay safe, guys, stay sneaky, and peace out.